Hey YouTube, Horse Level 3. This is going to be a better Duelist part 2 using the SAD deck. My first video was about the staples of last format. They have changed a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to remake the video. Either way, this section is the SAD deck and the importance of the SAD deck. Firstly, I'm just going to say, if I repeat myself a few times on certain things, I'm sorry, because I'm just like doing this off the top of my head. I'm a bit tired as well, so my thoughts aren't exactly coming straight. Right, first thing about the SAD deck, it's 15 cards. Use 15 cards, it's what they're there for. And with those 15 cards, you're supposed to dedicate parts of the SAD deck against against the decks that you can't beat. When I make a SAD deck, I usually go against the top decks. So like at the minute it's Light Swan, Gladiator Beasts, Synchro Cat, and possibly Black Wings. So in the SAD deck, what you should do is use cards that'll be good against more than one matchup. So for instance, you could maybe SAD in Waboku. Basically, your monsters live the battle. I don't think they take damage, I can't remember Waboku very well. And basically, you survive the match, basically. But instead of Waboku, you could use Threatening Roar, sorry. Now, Threatening Roar, if it's against a Gladiator Beast Duelist, Waboku will hurt you because they'll just be able to freely attack anywhere. But if you use a Threatening Roar, they can't attack, so you're stopping the tagging ability for that turn. Also, if you're against a Light Swan Duelist, it'll help them mill out, because if they're summon JD and then try and blow the field, you can just flip your Threatening Roar. They can't attack this turn, they have to mill 4 cards or whatever else to summon in the turn as well. What was I going to say? Sorry about this. Yeah. So about using cards that are good for more than one matchup, I'll just explain a bit what I mean. Starlight Road. The main cards, anyone can main deck this and it'll work, but it's pulling it off. Basically, Heavy Storm, Torrential Tribute and Mirror Force all usually main decked by everyone, so it's a useful card against that. But also JD and Celestia, that pops 2 cards, so you can negate the effect, destroy the monster I believe it is, and summon a Stardust Dragon. Also Gladiator Beast deck, Geyserus, that pops 2 cards. Well, it can pop 2 cards, sorry. Basically, you just destroy the Geyserus, get a Stardust, stops their little combo working. So, this is good against more than 2 matchups, because I can use it against any deck, because of the Mirror, Torrential and Heavy Storm aspect. Tuner Scheme, Synchro Cat decks, they're Synchro a lot. Then there's other stuff like Power Toolbox, where you just basically spam Power Tools and equip spell cards. Attack for huge damage. Black Wings, I like to synchro a lot with Vayu and the other tuner in the deck, what's normally there, Gale and Blizzard. Yep. Sorry for the glare. There are other decks what you can use against, but this is best not against rogue decks, mainly just Black Wings and like Power Tool type decks, other like very heavy tuner decks basically. Stardust Assault mode is good actually against that. In my gadget deck I've got 2 of these and 1 of these. These are just like extras, just in case I need them. Spell Track Removal, a bit more defense, you know. Just depends what you need it for really. Plus I've got a little bit of room in the SAD deck for him. Nobleman of Crossout. Oh yeah, they're our personal choices. Nobleman of Crossout. Basically its card text is remove a face down monster on the field from play. If it's a flip effect monster, both players remove those monsters from the deck. So for instance, if you get a Gravekeeper Spy, a Needleworm, a Hamster, Raikou, whatever. This will just remove them from play. It'll remove all their other ones as well, so if you can hit a Spy or a Hamster, you're in a really good position. But as I said, these are used against multiple decks. Synchro Cat with the Hamster things. I've put this in against a deck that uses a few Raikous and something else, like other face downs he was using. Also, the Empty Jar decks. If you can hit a Needleworm with these, you're in a good position, because you'll stop yourself getting 15 cards stuck out of your deck, so they'll have to mill you a bit more. Mirror of the Earths. This is basically just Gladiator Beast side decking, but I do suggest maybe 3 Mirror of Earths. I think I might put a third one in for when I go to Sheffield this month. It's my first official tournament I'll be going to. It's a regional, so I really want to do well. I'm not sure how many people will go. I've been told at least 200 people will be going, so if I get top 50 for my first event, I'll be pretty happy. Obviously I'd love to win, or even get top 8, top 16 maybe, even if there's enough people. But yeah, I'd love to do well. So I do suggest every deck side's at least 2 Mirror of Earths. I don't know whether to use 3 though, because I am made in Royal Oppression and Doom Caliber, so I've maxed out on both of them. So I think 2 may be enough. Plus obviously I've got the Starlight Roads. So yeah, that's top decks covered. So that's 10 cards up to now, but what about the other 5? These are where the rogue decks come in to play, because rogue decks basically try to stop the decent decks from working, because the different playstyles. Like, you can maybe class Monarchs as rogue deck now, because not many people play them anymore. They're not as good as they used to be. But other like main rogue decks are stuff like, I don't know, random Fisher TK decks, what my friend used to use for a while. I don't know, random weird plant builds, like skill drain builds, counter fairy builds. You can maybe call them tier 1 and 2 decks as well, but it just depends really on the build of the deck. So yeah, with the other few cards in my side deck, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in yet. I'm thinking maybe 2 Pulling the Rugs, maybe a couple of DD Crows, I don't know, maybe even a random Pot of Avarice, it might help. Basically what you need to put in your side deck is cards that will either help your deck beat your opponent or hinder your opponent from beating you. Like as I've said, decent side deck cards this format though are at least 2 Tuner Schemes, at least 2 Starlight Roads, you could maybe even main one of these, at least 2 Noblemen of Crossouts, at least 2 Mirror of Earth. I do suggest 3 if you aren't maining double Royal Oppression. Also good side deck choices are extra Spell and Trap removal. Dust Tornadoes are good in, maybe put 2 Dust Tornadoes in, maybe a Giant Trunade. I'm siding a Book of Moon because I don't have room for it in my main deck. But there's other good cards that you could use. Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master is great against Gladiator Beasts. Basically you set it, they attack it, it flips, returns that monster, I think it's to the hand, and on top of the owner's deck, so it even puts them back a turn. It's a bit like a Raza. So basically, then you've got a monster on the field just to defend for a while. 18's pretty hard for a Gladiator to get over unless it's tagged out, like the Quarry. So if you can protect him for a while, it's quite good. Possible other cards are Lightning Vortex. Good against like Black Wings because they do tend to swarm, maybe even Light Swarm. I think I might side this for my side deck. Thunder King Ryers, maybe put 2 Thunder Kings in your deck if you don't search a lot with like Reinforcements of the Army or Black Whirlwind. Yeah, it's a good card. I like to use it against Synchro monsters because when they're Jocker JD or a Stardust or a Colossal Fighter, basically they can't Synchro. So yeah, I'm getting to the end of the video now. Comment, rate and subscribe. and I'll maybe even make a second part of this side deck tutorial. Peace out.